So in a continuation of my last video, I discussed how at the end of February, kind of right after I went offline, so to speak, I sold a car that I had had for a solid minute that I really enjoyed and got a car that I had been really wanting for a long time. Sold my Magnum SRT8 6.1 and I got a Challenger 6.1 SRT8 6-speed, hence the car that I'm in now. But you're also probably wondering, maybe, the other change is normally my videos, I'm sitting in my shop in my Adirondack chair, discussing things, whatever, making my videos. And obviously I'm no longer in the shop. I am sitting in my car, in my driveway. What's that about? Well, that's to get into the rest of what we did over the spring, which was my wife and I took what is the biggest leap of faith in our lives, and we changed everything. Now, technically, we've taken a bigger leap of faith in our lives, but this leap of faith was way more faithful because the biggest leap of faith we ever took was less scary because we didn't have kids. It was just her and I. And it was like, if this doesn't work out, we'll figure it out. And if we starve, we starve. Who cares? This time we got 2 little mouths to feed. So it was a totally different story. And the stress levels were at highs, at levels that I personally had never experienced before. I'm not somebody that stresses. I don't stress out. Hardly ever. I'm somebody that's very just goes with the flow. Just it is what it is. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But this time with our two little boys, it was much different this time around. So what did me and my wife do? Well, we had been in the process of remodeling our house. We knew we didn't want to be there long term. We were living in a suburb outside of a city, and we knew that we did not want to raise our boys in a city. American cities are in a dire situation. They are getting worse all of the time. The problems are just severe in cities. And I didn't want my boys to become a product of that. I was worried about that. Now, a lot of people say, well, just raise them right. I understand that. I totally get it. But that's not what I wanted for my family. So we lived outside of not a major city, but a medium-sized city. And I had a really good job. I had great benefits. I had great pay. One of the highest paying jobs in the city. And we wanted to move. We knew where we wanted to move. We wanted to move in what I always consider my ancestral homeland. So I had always been looking for jobs down here, just trying to see if there's anything that can float us and get us down to where we ultimately wanted to be. And a job came up, and I got a hold of the owner, told him my situation, and because the guy that was hiring for the position was also the owner of the company. It was it's a pretty small company. Told him my situation, told him where I was at, what I wanted to do, and I drove down. I did the interview, I got the job, and my wife and I were in a pretty good spot with our house. We had pretty much gotten it to where we wanted it to be able to sell and move on. We listed our house up for sale. I quit my job. We moved 300 miles away, and here we are. Everything has changed. We live outside of a small town. The nearest city to us is an hour away. The other cities are over an hour away. The nearest major city is 3-4 hours away. We are effectively, by most American standards, in the middle of nowhere now. And we are in what I call my ancestral homeland. My father's side of the family is from here. My family came here and settled here shortly after the American Revolutionary War. My ancestors fought in the Revolutionary War. And after that, they came here, they settled, they planted a church, and they lived for the rest of their lives and on and on. And I'm back. we're back, and my boys are back, and we're here to stay, and we're here for the long haul. So that is one thing that I'm going to get more into, is when you want something, if you have a conviction in life, even if you're a risk-averse person, which most people are, they think they're not, but they really are, you've got to just do it. You got to make it happen. If you want something, do it. My wife and I uprooted everything. Quit my job. We moved, and we're starting over. We're in a rental house now. We're eventually going to buy another house down here, and we're going to live out the rest of our lives and enjoy and raise our family. So that is what we did over the spring. I started by selling my Magnum and getting a Challenger, and I guess I got a taste of the change and just couldn't get enough and moved far away. We're so glad we did it. Much more to come. We're just here living the rest of our lives, and that's really the Bible verse that I have to go with this message is Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. My wife and I, we've moved further than 300 miles before. We compared to the first move we made in our lives, 300 should have been nothing. But with having two little mouths to feed, two little boys, two precious little souls depending on us to get this right, we both felt a level of stress that we had never felt in our lives. And I don't say that to discourage somebody that wants to do a similar thing. If they're point A and their goal is to get to point B, but they're just worried because of their family, my entire point is the opposite. That's what I'm using this verse to prove. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. If you want something, trust in the Lord, and it will work out. He will make it work. We're here to tell the tale because of it. We, without the Lord, without our faith, we would never be able to have done this or some of the other things that we've done in life. And that's my takeaway message, is submit to the Lord, be open to the Lord, be prayerful, and he will guide you, and he will help you through life. And he will be with you and for you and there for you. And that's my video for today. And thank you very much for watching, and God bless.